and welcome to Fig and Thistle Books. I'm Amanda, and today we're just going to have a little chat over coffee, something casual. I really like it when channels do that, when they'll just do a casual chat over coffee, like we're two old friends at a coffee shop. And that is my favorite way to socialize. About a week or two ago, I met up with my friend Katie at a coffee shop for about an hour and a half. And then over the weekend, I saw my mom and we went and had coffee and talked for a while. And tomorrow, I'm seeing my friend Shannon. We're going to get coffee and talk for a while. So I know some people go to bars to socialize, but really all of my significant relationships and friendships, besides the ones that I've made through book blogging, have been over coffee and in coffee shops. In fact, my husband, I met him at a coffee shop, and it went from we saw each other at a coffee shop to we saw each other at a coffee shop, said hi, to we would chat at the coffee shop, to then meeting up. Like, oh, are you going to be at the coffee shop on Friday? Oh, I'll be there too. Let's hang out. To one day he was like, I would very much like to take you to a coffee shop. And I was like, oh my God, I think that's a date. And it was. And we spent our honeymoon in Athens, Georgia. We just did like one night. And we went to so many coffee shops and tried so many different types of coffee that we were just very caffeinated the entire time. So that's how we roll. All of our dates, coffee shop, he would draw, I would read, good stuff. So anyways, let's chat. Let's get yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, or if you're one of those weird people who don't drink coffee or tea and you're probably a robot, grab water or whatever it is you live off of. You weirdos. No, I'm just kidding. So what are we going to talk about? Let's see here. I'm acting casual, but I actually have like some notes here on this paper. So I thought we could talk about holiday traditions because my intent was to post a video. Oh, speaking of coffee. Yeah, my husband used to be a tattoo artist, so I have a coffee pot tattoo. I also have a teapot tattoo. But coffee is my right-hand drink. That's my go-to. Okay, anyways, I thought we'd talk about holiday traditions because this past week, I work at a university, in a university library. So we have final exams week, and then we have the week after finals, which is basically finish up everything from the semester. We have a ton of meetings where we talk about what went good during the semester, what we're working on, conferences we went to. We look at statistics and door count, and we identify things to work on for the next semester. And then there's all the planning for the spring. And so it's just a busy week of meetings, and wrapping things up. And then you've got added to that, like the kids' holiday parties. So last week I spent a fair amount of time just booktube binging while I was knitting a teacher gift. And I apologize, but all the teachers are not getting knitted gifts. Y'all are just going to get some cookies. I love you, but there's only so many hours. So it's really just a time where I was not doing a whole lot of reading. I started Wilkie Collins' Jezebel's Daughter. I'm about 50 pages into it, and I'm digging it. Total shades of Lady Audley's Secret, which I'm loving. But there's a dog barking outside. I thought it was a kid at first. Anywho, focus, Amanda. Focus. Hold on. Go juice. Okay, awesome. Anyways, I haven't done a whole lot of reading because it's really been just like at night I was so mentally exhausted, and then I had other crap to do. I just didn't get a chance to read. When I went to bed, I went to sleep. So now it's really, my last day of work was Thursday. I don't go back to early January. So now I can just kind of like chill, unwind, and get my holiday groove on. So I'm just going to talk about some holiday traditions. And this is all stemming from a conversation we had at work about different holiday traditions, and talking to my mom about stuff and how you realize things have been passed down, but maybe you didn't consciously say, I'm doing this because my grandmother did it. It just kind of happens. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about that. If you are not into Christmas, my husband is not into Christmas. He's a Grinch, but it works out because I'm all like, elf-like, and oh my God, it's Christmas, turn on the carols, and so we balance each other quite nicely. He reins me in, and he gives me permission. I get to make all the holiday decisions, and I quite like that. So If you don't celebrate Christmas and you celebrate another holiday in the winter, I would love to know in the comments what traditions you have, what you like most about the holiday you're celebrating. If you don't celebrate any sort of holiday, just what is it that you like about December? Do you find yourself getting into like a sort of routines or winter habits? Just we can all talk. Even if it's not specifically Christmas for you, that's cool. You do you, I do me, world's a happy place. Okay, so usually my Christmas season starts the week of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving for me is, I like the food, we have friends over, but it's not like a huge holiday for me. And part of that has to do with just the commercialization of Thanksgiving, which sounds like a super pretentious thing to say, because I do take advantage of some Black Friday deals and sales and things like that. I like getting the little toy ads and looking and just seeing what's up. I always get Christmas pajamas on sale that week. So that sounds like a really douchey thing to say. But to me, it's the minimization of how white folks came over and sort of decimated Native Americans. It's like they had a meal together and there's pumpkin pie, and it's just this sort of cozy whitewashing thing that makes me uncomfortable. So I have friends over, we have Friendsgiving, and I cook and I bake, and it's like, okay, this is nice, but I'm not like, I don't get the people who get grumpy over, why are people starting Christmas now? It's Thanksgiving. We need to be thankful. And it's like, for what? For like, colonization and genocide against Native American? Like, what are we being thankful for here? Okay. End rant. And scene. Okay. So, really, I'm like, it's Thanksgiving, which means it's Christmas time, and we're going to do Christmas. So, one of the traditions we do is Thanksgiving Day. If not Thanksgiving Day, then the day before, the day after, we decorate the tree. And with the kids, and I totally just like let the kids decorate it. It's all like ornaments here, ornaments there. Here's a giant space with no ornaments. Whatever, they have fun. I usually make like some snack food. We decorate the tree. We listen to Christmas music. It's a good time. Typically during Thanksgiving weekend, I send out Christmas cards, and up until 3 years ago, I used to send out so many Christmas cards, and I loved doing it, and it kind of slipped away from me. In 2015, I was ill with a pretty severe bout of depression, and holiday cards didn't happen. I don't even know if I sent any. I think I sent a few. Last year, there was some stuff going on with my family. It didn't happen. This year, during Thanksgiving week, I was in the trenches of finishing a semester of graduate school. So we decorated the tree, yes. I took Thanksgiving Day to spend with family, but then I was writing papers. So I'm doing cards now. I'm doing far less than I normally do, but I really miss that tradition of everyone's gone, we've had social time, I sit down, I light a candle, I get a cup of tea, and I just write cards. So I want to find a new kind of schedule or path or ritual around sending out Christmas cards. So there's that. So that's really like Thanksgiving when I get started. We got the tree, we got the cards. The week before Christmas, there's a lot of baking, teacher gifts. It's not really like it doesn't feel special or mindful or memory making. It feels hectic. So I'd like to next year really think about how I can restructure that week, maybe reprioritize gifts or parties or baking or something where it's a bit more enjoyable and I'm not screaming at my kids, get out of the kitchen, I have to bake crap for your teachers, just a little more Christmas, a little less insane. Okay, so now we're getting to the really awesome Christmas traditions. So Christmas Eve is my favorite. I know there is one country, I believe it's Iceland, that they have the tradition of giving books the night before Christmas. I don't do that. I like that idea, but I think I would be the only one happy with that tradition in my family. But we do have a tradition, and this comes from my mom's side of the family. So Christmas Eve, everyone gets to open a gift, and that gift is Christmas jammies. That way, Christmas morning, everyone's looking on point in their Christmas jammies for opening gifts. And Yeah, so that's what you do. We also have game night, and I realized that that's what we did growing up. So I make a bunch of finger food, holiday type food, and then we play board games. So I'm starting a new tradition where we get a family gift Christmas Eve of a game. So we've got Uno Attack. I don't think my kids are going to watch this YouTube video. So, because my kids love to play Uno, we play Uno every single day. And it's cool. You like hit the little thing and it spits Uno cards out at you. But this will help build up our game collection and we can all eat our food and play our games and it'll be great. So, Jamie's game night. Also, when the kids go to bed Christmas Eve, I wrap all the little stocking stuffers and stuff the stockings and everything, and I do that with my husband. He doesn't participate in wrapping the little knickknackery and sticking it in the stocking, but we always watch B horror movies while we do it. I don't know how that got started. That does not come from either one of our families, but one year we watched a movie about a sentient tire, like a tire from a car that murdered people. We watched Troll Hunter. We've watched some Mystery Science Theater horror movies. So we watch like kitschy horror. Santa versus the Martians is a favorite. We watch kitschy horror and get the stockings prepared. I don't know. I like it. So that's our Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, I think it comes a lot from my mom and my grandmother, how they do things. But I like to prolong the day. I do not like it when it's just everyone rushes downstairs and rips into everything with their name on it. I'm not digging that. So we have order in my family. So everyone comes downstairs Christmas morning. They open up their stockings at the same time. All the kids. Sometimes we'll take a break for breakfast. The rule is mom and dad have to get their cup of coffee before any unwrapping of anything occurs. So everybody gets their coffee, which is just me and Sam. I don't know why the kids are not having coffee. And they unwrap their stockings and they get one piece of candy. And then we do presents. And we start with the youngest. Everyone has the same number of presents. All the kids have the same number of presents. They are all wrapped in wrapping paper. And I think this is why my kids have an easier time with transitioning from Santa is coming with the slow dawning realization of, I think mom and dad are Santa, because Santa, surprisingly enough, always uses the same wrapping paper as mom and dad. So the mom and dad presents are already under the tree, and Christmas Eve, I put the 2 Santa gifts they get, which are toys. We get them clothes and books and things, and then they get toys from Santa. But they're all wrapped in the same wrapping paper. So eventually there's this like, hey, wait a second. Anyways, so we start with the youngest. Percy will open a gift, and then Atticus, and then Hope, and then Sam, and then me, and then we go around and we all take turns and let the person unwrap their gift and be like, oh, this is great, and I take pictures, and then we go to the next person. And it's I feel like it's less grabby. It's not over in 5 minutes. I feel like the kids are more appreciative and more mindful. If that doesn't work for your family and that's not how you do things, that's cool. I'm not saying that, you're doing it wrong. I'm saying for our family, this is what works best for us. After the gifts are all done, we have a tradition that comes from my mom. I take Christmas nap. So Christmas lunch is usually just like leftovers from Christmas Eve. I usually have a soup in the crock pot for dinner because by then we're all like done with sweets and party food. And so it's usually like cornbread or biscuits or toast and then just a soup. I go take a nap. And it's Christmas nap. And it's like, okay, I'm done prepping and wrapping and baking and everything. I'm going to go sleep. And I do. And it's great. And then I love the day after Christmas because the kids are usually playing with their toys. And I usually always start a Christmas puzzle. Like, that's the time when I have the space and time and ability to like take over the dining room table and do a puzzle. So that's pretty much our Christmas traditions in a nutshell. You notice that religion figured in very small. Okay, not at all in that. I do identify as Christian, I believe. I'm down with the Jesus. But I have issues with organized religion. So I don't emphasize necessarily anything particularly holy. I try to focus on giving and family and warmth and community. And then as my kids get older and they make their own decisions about religion and what they believe, then we will support whatever traditions they would like to begin including in our holiday. So that's it. My husband just texted me that he is on the way home with the kids. They were at my mother-in-law's house just saying hello. And so my quiet morning is about to get crazy. Probably going to play some Uno. I'm going to do some Christmas baking this afternoon. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so I hope to post something bookish later this week because I'm going to read, by golly. We are done with the holiday stuff, all the external festivities for the most part. So I'm going to get some reading time in. So I can't wait to tell you about Jezebel's Daughter. Anyways, all that rambling to say, I hope you all have a happy holiday and that you are getting some reading time in. And I will talk to you later. All right, bye.